Now, I generally tell my students that if they want to clear UPSC, it is quintessential that they regularly, on a daily basis, read their newspapers. So, this is quite a familiar trap where the students remain dissatisfied or non-confident about their existing material and are ever looking for one more source. A current affair topic is ready only if you can recall the key facts without looking into your notebook. Yes, UPSC does not reward recognition, it rewards recall under pressure. They spend hours and days studying and reading current affairs, and at the end of it, they yet do not feel confident about their preparation. But what I generally suggest the students is you fix a time for study of current affairs, you fix a time limit for study of your newspapers. Hello dear students, today we are here to discuss the sins that most UPSC aspirants commit as far as current affairs preparation is concerned. Now, I generally tell my students that if they want to clear UPSC, it is quintessential that they regularly, on a daily basis, read their newspapers. Without it, one can almost be sure that clearing UPSC would not be possible. Yes, so current affairs remains an integral part of our UPSC preparation. But the problem with current affairs is its vast nature, ever expanding scope, and ever new current developments. Now, this creates a lot of uncertainty in the minds of the students, and therefore students are prone, in fact sincere hardworking students are prone to find themselves in certain traps vis-a-vis current affairs, especially during the revision heavy before prelims phase. Yes, so before prelims, when students find themselves in the revision phase, when they are thinking, reading about current affairs, these are certain traps that they fall into, and especially the hard-working, sincere students. So, the purpose of this video is that we recognize these traps, yes, so that we can preempt getting trapped in these traps. Yes, so we can preempt falling into these traps rather than later going for a correctional strategy. So let us preempt these traps by recognizing, by identifying which are these traps. The first trap is just one more PDF trap. Now, what is this trap? This trap is about not being secure with the content that you already have. You might be reading one current affair magazine, you might have one newspaper, you might have one additional material that you refer to for any missed topics on current affairs. But beyond that also, students tend to always get lured by that one more PDF, that one more document, that one more development that I need to read through. Yes, so this is quite a familiar trap where the students remain dissatisfied or non-confident about their existing material and are ever looking for one more source. Yes, and what is the solution? Fix your primary current affairs sources. And once you have fixed that, do not go looking for more source. What is required is consolidation, is revision, and not proliferation of the anyways ever growing current affairs material. Yes, so safety in current affairs does not come from having more material. It rather comes from revising one source deeply, repeatedly, and thereby consolidating that material. What is the second trap? The second trap is I have seen this before trap. So while the students apply their current affair knowledge in their examination, especially in context of prelims, you find that just familiarity with the topic gives them confidence that probably they are on the right track. Yes, gives them a false sense of satisfaction whereby at times they do not further get into consolidation of the current affairs. Yes, so recognition is not enough. What is important? That we are able to recall the development, we are able to recall the fact, we are able to recall the concept associated with the current affairs. Yes, so what is the solution? We need to recognize, we need to be cognizant about the fact that recognition, familiarity is not equal to readiness. Yes, and a current affair topic is ready only if you can recall the key facts without looking into your notebook and eliminate the wrong options with confidence in your MCQs. Yes, UPSC does not reward recognition, it rewards recall under pressure. Yes, so this is the wisdom that we need to carry forward with. The third trap, the FOMO trap. Yes, fear of missing out, that everyone else is reading this topic, everyone else is referring to this current affair magazine, everyone else is talking about this current development. Yes, this topic has been mentioned in so and so telegram groups, or on this topic several institutes are coming out with content, so maybe this topic is important. Yes, so we get in this trap where we without applying our minds as to what is the importance of the topic according to the syllabus, or what is the importance of the topic from UPSC perspective primarily, we just read the topic or we go into researching into the topic from the fear of missing out and without internal clarity about the significance of the topic. And what is the solution? Always, the syllabus is your Bible. Yes, remember the syllabus and look at the relevance of the current development of the current affair topic from the syllabus. So, under which head will I be able to use this current affair development? Yes, in writing my answers in my prelims preparation. Yes, so if the linkage is weak with the syllabus, that means the priority of the topic is low, despite the fact that others might be discussing about that topic. Your competition is not telegram groups. Yes, it is your competition is the UPSC question paper. You need to prepare according to the UPSC question paper and not according to what topics are trending on telegram groups. The fourth trap, everything feels important. Yes, this is a very familiar trap in which, in fact, the most sincere students find themselves trapped in. Hardworking, sincere students, at times they are not able to distinguish as to which topic is of significance. They think that anything under the roof might be asked. Yes, so as a consequence, they get into reading all the current affairs development. They fail to distinguish between a major policy decision, between any structural development in the economy, in polity, in international relations, and routine announcements. And this creates a very, very difficult trap because of which current affairs feels very heavy. Yes, it feels very lengthy, it feels like never ending. Yes, what is the solution? Theme-based bucketing. Yes, so you need to bucket the topic, you need to identify the theme around the topic. So if you are able to place that topic under the theme of, say, institution, or say policies or scheme, or say economy and governance, or say environment or science, or say international relations, then the topic might be relevant. Otherwise, every development, every current affair does not really become very relevant. When we are able to identify what is relevant, we will not feel the current affairs to be as lengthy or as heavy for our preparation. Yes, so if it does not fit into these buckets or into these themes clearly, then it's probably peripheral. Yes, so we need not get overburdened with every current development. Yes, the wisdom that we need to remember, UPSC repeats themes and not headlines. Yes, so we need to be cognizant of the themes previous year questions, the previous year themes, yes, or the general themes around which UPSC likes to ask question. Not every headline becomes important for us. Fine. The fifth trap, business without assurance trap. Another, a very familiar trap whereby the students remain preoccupied whilst with study of current affairs. They spend hours and days studying and reading current affairs, and at the end of it, they yet do not feel confident about their preparation. They do not feel confident if they will be able to solve the questions asked in the exam. Yes, so a very common and familiar trap. Yes, and what is the solution? The solution is outcome check rule. Yes, the confidence will come only when you apply the knowledge that you have studied in your mock tests, in your previous year questions, etc. When you do that, you will gain confidence that you are on the right track. Yes, you will gain confidence as to how much hours you need to put into the current affairs preparation as such. Yes, the wisdom again is confidence comes from tested knowledge and not necessarily the hours spent on the subject. Yes, the sixth trap, the static versus current affairs trap. Yes, another popular trap, another trap which prevents students from gaining confidence from consolidating their preparation. Yes, what is this trap? When we treat current affairs as a separate subject, rather than thinking of current affairs as current developments across the topics that I have studied. Yes, across the themes that one has studied. So when we start thinking of current affairs and of, say, polity, of economy, of science and technology in silos, it creates problems. Yes, so consolidation becomes very, very difficult. So what is the solution? Always link current affair with the static concept, with the constitutional development, with economic or environmental principles that you would have studied. Yes, the wisdom here is current affairs is not a subject of its own. Yes, it is the application layer of the static subjects. Yes, the seventh trap. The seventh trap is how much is enough trap. Yes, so you find that students would come up to me and ask me that, ma'am, how much current affairs to study, how much time to invest, what are the resources, is one current affairs magazine enough, is one newspaper enough, do we need to go for two newspapers? So yes, a very pivotal question for that matter, how much is enough trap. Now what is the problem? Some days we overstretch our preparation of current affairs, other days we might just ignore current affairs for studying the static subject. Now the solution here, there is no clear-cut answer as to how much is enough, but what I generally suggest the students is you fix a time for study of current affairs, you fix a time limit for study of your newspapers. So 1.5 hour maximum you need to fix that. Yes, within that hour, within that time I will read newspaper as much as I can, or the topics which I think are relevant. If something I miss despite spending 1.5 hours, I am not going to stretch that preparation. I need to close my newspapers for the day. Yes, similarly with respect to current affairs, you need to fix a time limit. Yes, so maybe 2 hours in a day or 3 hours in a day, or whatsoever, daily or a weekly schedule can be made where you fix a time slot for current affairs preparation, and you will limit your current affair preparation to that time slot, because as we know, there is ever new, this is one area with ever new developments, so one cannot put a lid on it as such, but then we put that lid through allocating a fixed time slot. Yes, and what is the wisdom vis-a-vis this trap? If current affairs keep expanding, it will eat into everything else. If I keep reading just current affairs, there is going to be no end to it. I will miss out on my core subjects or my static subjects. So I need to fix a time, and during that time I will finish my current affairs preparation. Fine. These are the 7 traps that we find students trapped in. Yes, once again, the purpose is that we recognize these traps and are able to preempt them. Yes, rather than getting caught in them and later taking the correctional measures. I hope this helps. Thank you.